Hey, welcome to another episode of Lifestyles, a show that celebrates America's finest city. Today we're going out in the marketplace to learn about all the cool things happening right here in San Diego, also our real estate market. Let's go check out the show right now.
Tour for Lifestyle San Diego. Today I'm rocking my leather jacket because we are here at Taylor Guitars, an iconic location here in El Cajon where we get to hear from VP of Product Development Ed Granero, and we get a real estate market update with leading real estate team Lyle and Grace Cuddell. We have some exciting information to share with you today, so don't go anywhere. All right, I'm here with our leading real estate duo, husband and wife team, Lyle and Grace Cuddell. Thank you so much for having me here in East County of El Cajon today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Absolutely. We are day one of the new year, 2017. You guys had an amazing 2016. What are you kind of seeing take place in the real estate market here in the new year?
Well, 2016 was amazing, and even though interest rates went up slightly, they're still incredibly low. Back in 1989, 1990, interest rates were 9–10%. So really anything below any single digit interest rate is still amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, you know, of course, with the interest rates having that little bit of rise, I still think we're seeing huge demand. So we were seeing our sales for this 2017 just absolutely phenomenal. Our phone's ringing off the hook. So I think it's a lot of those New Year's resolution buyers that are out there that are looking to purchase.
Absolutely, they're ready to go.
They're ready to go. Inventory's low, but we're getting more, and we're going to see more in the months to come. So we're really excited about what the real estate market's going to do for 2017.
Absolutely, me as well. It's fun to see. Now, you guys have a nice new listing that's coming to the market here in El Cajon, correct?
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of new listings. Got some great ones in Steel Canyon coming up and out here in the $2.5 million range. These are big 7,000 plus square foot mansions that are absolutely gorgeous. And you know, feel free to contact us anytime if you guys are interested in looking at any of these gorgeous homes, from entry level to the multi-million-dollar estates. Lyle and Grace, we have it out there for you.
What's your guys' website if someone is interested?
LyleandGrace.com.
Easy enough, LyleandGrace.com. Can't go wrong.
Absolutely.
Now we're surrounded by amazingly beautiful guitars. Tell us where we're at today.
Well, I'll tell you, today I'm so excited, you know, because I love to promote other businesses. You know, Grace and I just love seeing, you know, great successful businesses, and we have so many here in El Cajon and in East County. But one of my favorites, my favorite, is Taylor Guitars. Taylor Guitars, wow. You're gonna see some wonderful, beautiful guitars here today that are just made throughout the whole world, and almost every band out there has a Taylor guitar. And today we're so excited to share such a great business right here in East County, El Cajon.
All right, so I'm excited. We are going to see firsthand where all the magic happens. We're gonna go into the factory and talk to VP of Product Development, Ed Granero. What do you say? We go talk to him now?
Oh, can't wait, let's do it.
All right, so we're here with Ed Granero, the VP of Product Development in the laser room, correct?
That's the laser room.
Awesome. So what takes place here exactly?
So this particular area, what we're doing is we're taking woods like this, backs and sides, and laying them out for our guitar. So right now, believe it or not, this will eventually become a very expensive Taylor guitar.
And beautiful guitar, I must say.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit more about the history of Taylor Guitars, where it all kind of began.
Well, of course, it began with Bob and Kurt 42 years ago, and we've been in this location, I believe, for 25 years, 26 years, always in the East County. So East County is our home, and we love it here. And yeah, we have about 1,000 employees worldwide. El Cajon is one of our locations. We have 3 other locations that do various different things. But yeah, about 1,000 employees.
Now, I mentioned earlier that it's an international company. So where can you find all of the locations?
As far as for our companies or where we're selling them? So for Taylor, it's El Cajon is our headquarters. We have a factory in Tecate, Mexico, where we produce guitars as well as cases, because we make our own cases. And we have a distribution center in Amsterdam. Sales, distribution, customer service, and repair. And then we actually have an ebony mill in Africa. You may ask, what's ebony?
Yeah, what is an ebony mill?
Ebony is a very dense wood that we use for fingerboards and bridges. And really, Cameroon, Africa is one of the only places left where you can harvest it and use it.
What would you say makes your guitars so unique?
The playability of them, and they're very consistent. And of course, the tone is amazing. At Taylor, we're committed, it even says it in our logo, quality guitars. So you can pick up any Taylor guitar and it's consistent. The quality is of the utmost perfection. And yeah, that's what that differentiates a Taylor from others.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been really exciting to see such an amazing place here at Taylor Guitars. We love it. This is just, it's been here our whole life. I think every kid out there, every band that I can think of has a Taylor guitar. Am I right?
I can't turn the TV on without seeing a Taylor anymore. So yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, wow.
I know I hear Taylor Swift has one of your guitars.
Taylor Swift has many of our guitars,
Okay.
but yeah, we actually make a Taylor Swift baby model.
Do you?
Yeah, a little baby guitar that we call it a baby Taylor.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's starting this in San Diego. There's really something to be said. What is it like to see the growth? I mean, that must be so meaningful for you.
Wow, yeah.
For me, it's amazing. I can't imagine what it means for Bob and Kurt. Like, it's amazing to see how much we've grown over the past 20 years that I've been here. It's incredible.
What's the day in the life of a product developer here at Taylor Guitars look like?
Lots of meetings. No, it's actually a lot of tinkering. It's a lot of looking at different species of wood, looking at different processes that we do. We're using lasers here, and how do we improve the process? How do we improve our forests? How do we improve the guitars?
Mm-hmm. About how many guitars do you typically make on average day to day?
Daily, we make about 600 guitars total between this factory and the one in Tecate, Mexico. Wow. 600 guitars a day.
That's incredible.
It is incredible.
And you'd say you got guitars there for the entry-level people all the way to the super rockers out there, huh?
That's right.
Now, we walked through the halls to get back here in the laser room, and I noticed there was some people walking around with some headsets on. What was going on there?
Yeah, we offer tours Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock. You show up in their front lobby, and you'll get taken on a tour of the entire process from the tree all the way through to the finished guitar, where people are tuning them and making sure that they're up to Taylor quality standards before they ship out the door.
Wow.
This is absolutely incredible. I cannot believe the facilities that you guys have out here to make all these phenomenal products internationally right here in El Cajon. I love it.
We're excited.
Well said.
Yep, absolutely.
I love that. Well, if you're interested in seeing a tour come down Monday through Friday, check it out. It's pretty cool. Thanks so much for sharing, you
You
guys.
bet. Thanks for coming in.
Lyle, thanks for being here as well.
All righty. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Lindsay.
All right, I had so much fun today here at Taylor Guitars. It was so much fun hearing all about this unique place here in San Diego. I hope you enjoyed hearing from Ed Granero as well as Lyle and Grace Caudell. I don't necessarily play the guitar, but if I did, it would definitely be a Taylor.
This show is all about highlighting the best that San Diego has to offer. And today we're doing just that with our good friend Jeff Grant, owner-broker of Sand & Sea Investments. We're going to be focusing on the area of Point Loma, the beautiful architecture of the homes here, and then as a special treat, we're going to head over to one of the numerous yacht clubs in San Diego County to learn about another aspect of the Point Loma lifestyle. As you can see, we are at a beautiful home here in Point Loma, and we are with one of our favorite people, broker-owner of Sand & Sea Investments, Jeff Grant. Jeff, thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about this home. It's gorgeous. I know it's newly remodeled.
This house is actually brand new. The only thing that remains of what it was is the footprint. Every wall was knocked down, the chimney included, and then they rebuilt. So it kept the original integrity of that 1950s intended architecture, and then remained one story and rebuilt the whole thing.
Who worked on this property? Because it's jaw-dropping.
Local company, two great guys. Prismatica Design made it look good. Treadlight Construction actually executed it, and then GKDG Design Group is the one who did all the interior. And they worked harmoniously together to, again, maintain the integrity of the Fleet Ridge, Roseville neighborhood, without making it look like this ostentatious double-story house that took advantage of every square inch of the property.
Now, when you say the integrity, what do you mean by that?
Well, so in real estate, I like to pull into a neighborhood and see an identity. Unlike maybe something master planned, we realize that each one of these sectors was developed with a certain intent by a certain architect maybe, or a different time chapter. And this was specifically built between 1950 and 1955, this neighborhood. So everything was one story short and kind of had a rough U shape. And that's what this home still maintains.
Let's talk about some of the choices that were made in this home, like the white cabinets, floor to ceiling, the beautiful waterfall island.
Yeah, I tell you, they did a fantastic job. I think what I had noticed most was the ample storage. It's not often you see so much storage, but the waterfall countertops are some of my favorites. There's little perks with sliding, hiding doors. There's a little vacuum underneath that will sweep up the floor for you.
All of the modern upgrades.
Oh, the modern upgrades. And before they built this, they consulted a LEED certified consultant who gave them some direction to tell them and help them understand the benefits of building a green house. So something interesting I was told by him was that if you see solar panels, it's probably not the most efficient.
Oh, interesting.
So the goal in building this was to do so efficiently that solar panels weren't needed.
Wow, that's incredible.
Isn't that neat? But that said, this client is the first one on the list with Solar City. Have you heard about these new Tesla roof tiles?
No.
So there's new Tesla roof tiles by Elon Musk, and in a year they're going to come out, and they look like roof tiles, but they're solar panels. This house will be one of the first one to get those.
The location here is also an incredibly special quality that this house has.
Point Loma is unique. As the peninsula extends from the airport, it tends to get more valuable, simply because of the flight path. And then you come up either towards the bay, east if you will, or the west towards the ocean. This house is located kind of right on the top ridge. So there's a lot of breeze, open air, but you can look that way and see the ocean, or look that way and see the bay. It's pretty neat.
You live in the area, incredibly familiar with Point Loma. I know you love it here. Tell us a little bit about what you like to do with your friends and with your family.
Point Loma has a lot to offer. It's its own community here. There are yacht clubs and a lot of neat walking and running paths, everything from Cabrillo Point, out at the actual point of the Loma, or just head down Talbot. And there are just some great restaurants, and that's where all the yacht clubs are. If you go the other way, typically down Hill Street, you're gonna drive by Point Loma Nazarene, and then you're along one of the best beach breaks, surf breaks in all of San Diego. I mean, that's the Ocean Beach area. That's where those huge waves are, the beautiful cliffs.
Now you mentioned a yacht club. I know that we might be heading over to one.
Yeah, I'd love to show you a sample of the lifestyle of someone who lives in Point Loma, something they may choose to do.
All right, great, let's go take a look. We're just minutes down the road from the gorgeous home we were just at, and Jeff brought along a very good friend of yours today to meet us at this gorgeous yacht club.
Yeah, today I brought Mark Pepler. Mark is a trusted friend and advisor on the mortgage front, and this is one of the places that we like to do business.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for having me. Beautiful area always to come down here and enjoy an afternoon.
Let's talk about the opportunity here at the Yacht Club. I know that there's incredible opportunity in the surrounding areas, like you're saying, but there's also some wonderful aspects of being a member at a place like this.
You know, there's multiple yacht clubs, and each one of them have something different to offer, but in general, it's a focus on boating. Second, social. The third, there's a lot of other experiences such as swimming and teaching your kids how to sail and working out at the gym and eating at their fine restaurants. There's multiple yacht clubs around us, and it's definitely a big part of this Point Loma lifestyle, particularly this far onto the point.
Right, and you get to know your neighbors and the community a little bit better, I would think.
Absolutely. Every time I'm down here, it's just an open, friendly community, atmosphere where, you always have a great time. Like he said, sailing, everyone knows each other, and just a small town type feel.
Networking, whether it's with colleagues or just meeting friends down here.
Right. Yeah, and it's funny, being at the club like this, I will never show up in a coat and tie unless I'm with you, of course.
We appreciate that, Jeff.
The lifestyle here is just so casual.
That's great.
Everyone really loves that part of Point Loma. It's interesting how so much of the city has expanded all the way out to Vista. And there's great opportunities in neighborhoods throughout, but then now I'm kind of observing people moving back to these centralized areas. And I think that's what Point Loma is going through. And that sidewalk connection down to, the downtown area is a pretty good example of that.
Well, and these areas are preserving history, but also increasing value with some of the renovations and the people moving in.
Yeah. Right.
So it's a wonderful mix of the old and the new.
Well said.
We just visited two beautiful locations here in Point Loma and got some great insight into the lifestyle here from broker-owner of Sand & Sea Investments, Jeff Grant, and his good buddy, Mark Pepler. I'm Jem Morris for Lifestyle San Diego.
Here we are at the Courtyard, downtown San Diego. America's finest city is also America's funnest city. We're going to go learn the story of how this all came together, the stuff that's happening during baseball season, and even the events in the off season. Let's go check it out right now. This is a great story of San Diego. Here we are downtown in an iconic spot, the Courtyard. Maybe you've been down here before. We're with the owner, Phil Alcatel, and his right-hand gal, April Ball, who does the marketing and the events and all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Little morning coffee. Thanks for having us down.
Cool, it's a pleasure.
So it's a pretty cool story, but Phil, share it with us. First and foremost, you're the owner. How do you own this? How'd you get into this?
Sure. Myself and a couple other buddies own the place. We got together when we were students over at New School of Architecture and Design. This was actually our thesis project.
Really?
So, which was pretty cool.
What was the thesis?
The thesis was looking at city-owned property that was empty, blighted, vacant, and how we could actually start to activate it for the community. The whole essence behind it was, if it's city-owned, it's owned by the community, and how can we actually engage the community into it?
Wow. And then you get to have all the fun stuff going on down here. So what are some of the things you guys have been doing leading up to today? What have you done so far?
So we have concerts here, we have beer tasting, wine tasting, food comes in all of the time. Upcoming at the end of November on the 26th, we have a small business market that's open to the community. We really highlight all the small businesses, not only in East Village, but in the entire downtown area, entire San Diego area. We invite everybody over, have a drink, have some food, check out the vendors, and just enjoy company with everyone.
Yeah, I've been down here for ball games. It gets pretty active down here, people pre-gaming it. So baseball season is probably a big time of year for you.
Baseball season's fun. I think, for us it's all about activating the space, and that's, depending on what's going on around, whether it's baseball, whether it's the Chargers, whether it's Comic-Con. But daily activation too is super successful. We've got a coffee shop on the corner. Right. We got some people grab a coffee in the morning. They come through. We've got a 5,000 square foot dog park. You can take your dog out. Then during the day, we have food trucks that come in. We have free Wi-Fi. People come down, bring their lunch. Then after work, you grab a beer, happy hour, and you take your dog out again.
I think that's incredible. So we're obviously here in the morning. I guess at 11 o'clock every morning behind us, that opens up. So what happens from there? Bloody Marys? You got coffee behind you. When's lunch start? So this just gets active at 11 o'clock every day?
11 o'clock, the food trucks roll in, the restaurants and the bars open up. Students, people, business people, whoever comes down and play games and cornhole and whatever. It's good.
So what are your guys' goals, right? I've been down here. It's always a lot of fun, but what are you trying to do? Are you trying to grow? Or obviously you're doing events. You're trying to add more events. What do you think the future is?
I would like to see Courtyard become even more so a place for everyone. I would like to see it expand to different areas. So not only on the corner of Park and Market, but we can have courtyards all over San Diego that everybody gets to come to. I would like to see it be successful and become a second home to people, where they can come hang out with their friends on a weeknight, and they can come to a concert on the weekends and just embody San Diego even more than it already does.
Well, San Diego, they've done such a good job developing everything, I think. The city's expanding. In my opinion, it's like we have the benefit of being one of the later emerging cities. You look at like San Francisco, New York, Chicago. The way they're developing the city right now is you're getting the residential, the commercial, and here is a good example of the social scene here. And I'm sure that had to be something that you were really prideful of when you got involved.
Yeah, absolutely. We came into this project, we knew that, eventually there's going to be another high-rise here. This is city-owned property, and that's the ultimate goal, is that they want to sell it to a developer. But the idea is, how can we activate it for now, create a placeholder for that future development, and create a community space out of that.
So at some point in time, that's probably going to happen here.
Yep.
And then where do you go from there?
That's the idea. And then the idea of the shipping containers, we can literally pick everything up, we can move to a new location and start reactivating somewhere else.
Well, this is one of the fun parts of San Diego. I encourage you to get down here. Phil, you have a great entrepreneurial spirit about you. You are the fun one of the group. So now what's the next big event to look forward to?
So we have the small business market coming up on Saturday the 26th. It's from 12 to 6 p.m. We're going to bring in food vendors, we're going to bring in craft vendors, all small businesses from San Diego, and we just invite everybody to come out and enjoy a great Saturday afternoon with us.
Vendors like craft beer?
We will have craft beer in the bar.
Craft beer here.
There'll be craft beer in the bar, of course.
It's huge in San Diego right now. You guys are tapping into that. All right, great stuff. Come down here, have some fun, but let's take it back to Lifestyles.
Cheers.
The restaurant Firehouse strives to maintain its place as a local legend while entering into a new hemisphere in both design and cuisine. They integrate the old with the new and bring Pacific Beach a bohemian and elegant vibe that its patrons are eager for. Hi, I'm Jen Morris for Lifestyle San Diego. We're taking you inside of the newly renovated Firehouse PB, where we're going to be catching up with Steve Springer, real estate specialist in the area. He's going to be sharing with us some exciting improvements happening in Pacific Beach and give us a glimpse into how the locals celebrate this holiday season. As you can see, we are at the Firehouse here in Pacific Beach, and I'm joined by broker-owner of Ocean Pacific Realty, Steve Springer. Steve, thanks for having us here.
Thanks for coming.
So tell me a little bit about the location of the Firehouse.
So we're at the Firehouse PB. It is located next to Pacific Beach's fire station. It's been around about 10 years, but last year they did a $1 million remodel, completely redoing the entire inside and really the whole feel of the restaurant. So you've got now an industrial style. It's almost a burnt out look, like it was singed by fire, not the same reclaimed wood that everyone else has been doing. Upstairs, killer roof deck with a retractable awning that allows the roof deck to be enjoyed rain or shine and in the winter. They also did some nice lounge seating areas where it's cool to hang out with your friends.
It is a really cool bohemian vibe in here, and we're also just maybe 10 or 15 steps away from the ocean.
Yes, we can see the ocean. We're right here on Grand Avenue and Ocean Boulevard.
Well, Steve, the last time we met, we talked about some exciting projects happening. The De Anza project, I know, was going to council to hear the top 3 proposals.
The planning group that's assigned to the De Anza project was giving the public the chance to comment on their top 3 proposals. So they have unveiled those proposals, and they've got some different land uses that are very exciting. So one option keeps the golf course, another option adds a community garden. So they're just trying to create a bunch of land uses that are friendly for the community.
We also discussed some transit that would be really exciting advancement here in Pacific Beach going down Grand Avenue.
Yes, so the Balboa Transit Station would be right at the 5 and Marina at the end of really Grand and Garnet. So one of the ideas to make the beach connected to the transit station is to put a light rail down the center of Grand Avenue. So that's a project that would be done with Sandag dollars and probably done around the same time as the trolley.
And in hopes to ease the congestion here down along the coast in PB?
Ease the congestion and bring different modes of transportation and accessibility to the beach. So whether it's walking or biking, to get rid of cars and all the impacts that they cause.
Well, we are here down right by the ocean. It is December, but we can still go out and walk on the beach. We have 365 days pretty much of indoor-outdoor living here in San Diego. But there are also some really fun things happening for Christmas and the holiday season down here in PB.
Yes, so Pacific Beach just had their holiday parade and a very fun San Diego Santa run. So over 2,800 people dressed as Santas ran a 5K through Pacific Beach. They also had a really fun kids 1 mile run and a dog run where people had all their pets dressed up and ran a mile with their pets.
That sounds like such a fun community activity for everyone to come together and have all the Santas running the kids and the dogs. Who puts that on?
Discover PB, which is a local group that works to benefit really the business district of Pacific Beach. They also work with the PB Town Council, another volunteer organization that really works on community events and improvements that would make PB a better place. Those 2 organizations, combined with the PB Planning Group, are responsible for a lot of the projects that get done here. You know, on a city level, they aren't paying attention to the little micro needs of each community, whereas these groups get together and make sure that fun events like this and necessary improvements happen.
Do you know what's on the docket for them for 2017?
So right here along the boardwalk, they're trying to get some of the streets that are turnabouts abandoned and make them little multi-use parks. So one of them might be a dog-friendly park, the other one might have a little concert venue. There's 3 or 4 of them right along Ocean Boulevard, and they're trying to get those to be changed over to little micro parks.
And how would that impact the real estate in the area, in your opinion?
Just more improvements and more family-friendly things that just continue to make Pacific Beach a desirable place for a wide variety of people.
I think sometimes we think of PB, we might think of a younger demographic, sometimes a party town, but you mentioned families. Tell me a little bit about real estate in the market and the demographic here.
Well, people definitely come to PB to go out and have fun, and that's pretty much Garnett Avenue. Once you get away from Garnett Avenue, you've got a lot of single-family homes and a lot of families that live in these homes. So as we get to North PB, you see housing prices just over $1 million for a detached house, and it's almost always a young family buying that house.
I know that you have a fantastic home that you have a listing video of.
Yeah, I've got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house in North Pacific Beach. Very nice hardwood flooring, very nice and clean, lots of storage, and only 4 blocks to the beach. So it's a great property.
All right, let's take a look. Well, that was such a beautiful home, Steve. How do you feel the real estate market was in 2016? Now, here we are in the beginning of 2017.
2016 was very strong, still a lot of cash buyers, still multiple offers, and just low inventory across Pacific Beach and San Diego. I really see this continuing with a more modest price appreciation. Don't think there's going to be as many multiple offer scenarios, but I do expect prices to continue to go up slowly.
Well, that's good news.
It's good news for everyone.
Yes, it is. Steve, thanks for having us today.
Thanks for being here.
We just heard from Steve Springer about some exciting improvements happening here in Pacific Beach, including a public transit system and progress being made with the De Anza Cove proposals. Our thanks to Steve and the Firehouse Restaurant. I'm Jen Morris for Lifestyle San Diego.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget you can find us online at craigsewing.com. Thank you for tuning in every week. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and we'll see you next week.